Hi, everybody. This is Lee. Happy New Year. With this video, I'm talking about the World Economic Forum. They have a document that they've put together for investors, speaking directly to investors in terms of energy, because in earlier videos, I said in order to drive public policy and political support towards new energy, it may be the public who takes the lead rather than politicians, that we force this recognition that the people want new energy. How do we do that? I suggested divesting not only from direct investment in fossil fuel projects, but also the funds, the equity funds, the banks to withdraw investments or financial support from these institutions that support fossil fuel energy, divest in all arenas from all economic vehicles that support fossil fuels, and then reinvest in new, clean, renewable energy. And that's fine to say, but some people key off facts, details, things like that. What's in it for me? Show me the numbers. Where are the statistics? How can I do it? I need more. And so the World Economic Forum has put together a document. It's called Renewable Infrastructure Investment Handbook, a guide for institutional investors. And so those of you looking for hard information, the facts, the financial statistics, you can find it here. If you are interested in withdrawing your money from one energy arena and then reinvesting it into a preferred energy arena, this document may help you make decisions on how best to do that. And so I'm going to scroll through very quickly and just say that there are many charts and graphs in this document that show investments in clean energy from 2004 to 2014, how they've risen. And then also a little bit more discussion of how to view what you're seeing in the charts. It goes over the technology landscape. There's research in cell efficiency, battery storage, things like this, cost of manufacturing and production of the equipment. It discusses all that. Also, the market landscape. Let's see. They also talk about the risk reward point of view, the wide spectrum of investment opportunities from relatively low risk green bonds to liquid direct investments. And so there's also like a little chart, renewable energy investment vehicles that you can look at. And they discuss public debt, green bonds, and the fact that the targeted returns on that are 3 to 6%. And the risk and the issue with that is that there are few pure play green infrastructure companies. Also, public equities, another vehicle with a return of 5 to 20%. And there's also sector diversification limits on public equities. Also, infrastructure funds, 7 to 20% return. The fee structures and liquidity considerations are an issue. Direct project debt, the targeted returns are 6 to 10% on that. And then also there's an issue with liquidity and the deal pipeline that has to be gone through. And there's also direct project equity with a return of 12 to 18%. And it's the same issue with the direct project debt, liquidity and deal pipeline. So they give a chart showing the performance of green bonds, the returns on those. Also discussion of the risk and reward on the various vehicles available for green renewable energy investment. They also have another discussion, the roadmap for renewable energy infrastructure. The fact that there are risks around 3 areas of development from the pre-investment phase to the construction, greenfield, and then finally operation, brownfield. With most projects, there's three phases: pre-investment construction, the permitting process, all the risks with that, and then the construction, all the risk with that, and then operation, meeting deadlines, what the output is going to be if it matches expectations, things like that. And then also political risk as well. And so these are standard with most construction projects. And so for this document, it brings it to particular focus for those who are looking at that. Let's see. And some of the specific risks are the land purchase and siting, environmental and social, how it's designed, construction, the performance versus the price, the resources and input, the demand on the output, maintenance, force majeure, things that you cannot control, currency and interest rate, which is economic, insurance, political, regulatory, environmental regulations also apply, whether it's fossil fuel energy or green energy, and then inflation and disruptive technology. And so it also discusses what has happened in the past leading up to what's happening now. And also, let's see, there's an appendix that includes 3 case studies, which are very fascinating. If you want to look at that, you need specific cases to understand how this works. In Quebec or in Canada, there's, let's see, a project called and it's French, so I'm just going to say the initials, CDPQ. And so it's basically an investor that has projects based in Chicago, Invenergy, and they have developed and put into service 67 wind farms with a total capacity of 7,654 megawatts. And so there's a track record here, something that people can measure and look at the risk and the return and the rewards and see whether it's something that they want to be involved with. There's another project. It's Capricorn Investment Group. This is Antelope Valley, the Solar Star project. And so they made an investment in 4,000 acres of farmland in California, along with the co-investor, which also partnered with SunPower as a solar developer. And it's a huge, enormous solar power project that has an electrical generation capacity of 579 megawatts. And so there's been some sales. The Sierra Club actually endorsed it in 2013 as a clean energy success story. And so this is another industrial scale renewable clean energy project that's very successful. Finally, there's a biomass project. This is Pension, Denmark, the Brig Renewable Energy Plant. And so they consume 250,000 tons of straw per year, and that's secured through agreements with local farmers. And so there's a cooperative symbiotic relationship with this biomass project and then farmers, and so it's mutual. There's no apparently any antagonism. They need each other. And so that's also another success story. In Iowa, there's also a focus on biomass using corn. And I know that I actually discussed this with Terry Branstad, the governor there, that he is invested in biomass. I don't know about wind energy. He's kind of shown preference for biomass, biofuels, but he recognizes the importance of renewable energy. And so, it's being recognized. The political support is somewhat there. I think what needs to happen is political will to push anyone hesitating firmly in that direction, one way to do it is to guide your investments, spend your money towards what you want to see grow, and then take your money away from what you want to see not grow. So if you're looking for more information, I'll post a link to this document. You can get more information on the how, the where, the when, the what, the why, the risk and the reward of investing in renewable energy projects on an industrial scale, and how that might affect the outcome of the energy industry, no matter who is in the cabinet, whether it's whether it's Rick Perry or Scott Pruitt or Representative Zink or who. If the people want it, then the people need to fight for it. And this is one way to do that. Good luck.